Welcome back to No Ma'am. And guess what? The girls are fighting. The stylists are knee deep in politics, and the Grammys are doing what they do best, confusing everybody. On today's episode, we're diving into Law Roach styling Lauren Bezos. And the internet is asking the big question: should designers and stylists take a political stand, or is fashion just fashion? Then we're going to talk about MAGA Minaj calling out Trevor Noah. Is she exposing hypocrisy or doing too much? So is this a yes ma'am or a no ma'am moment? And finally, so should artists just shut up and make music, or do they actually have a right to complain about what's happening in today's society? We're breaking it all down, all the politics, the petty, and the pressure of being famous in a culture that never lets you rest.
But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, so up first, we have Law Roach styles Lauren Bezos. And this is like, people are going crazy because a part of me is like, do we expect anything less from Law Roach though?
It's not Roach. At the end of the day, he's going to get his coin, and he's going to do what he wants, or he's going to do what he needs to get his coin. Like, I'm not completely shocked by it, honestly.
Okay. So I think where people are having a problem with is like, obviously Law Roach is part of the LGBTQI plus community, right? Yet Lauren Bezos stands for her husband, Jeff Bezos, is literally lock and step with Trump and the Trump administration. And so I think, and we have seen the nonsense that's coming from this administration. And so regardless if she believes it or not, she has to support her husband. So she's not coming out and saying that what Jeff is doing is wrong. Literally, Jeff Bezos fired majority of the people from the Washington Post. It is unacceptable. Yes, it is unacceptable for a billionaire to own a whole newspaper company. I think that is unacceptable because that infringes on the First Amendment, right? Where like we have a First Amendment of freedom of speech and freedom of the press. So you mean to tell me that because you don't like something? True. So you mean to tell me because you don't like something and then the president is telling you that, oh, you need to remove them, that you will? I don't think that's right. The news should be unbiased. We should get both sides because that's what the news is supposed to be. Whether or not you agree with Democrats or Republican, you should be able to see both sides of the argument. So Lauren is not coming out against anything that her husband is doing or anything that the administration is doing. So in my opinion, she's complicit. So does that make Law Roach complicit to the fact that he is styling someone that is actively going against his community?
Yes. And kind of to bring it back to what you said earlier is like, should designers and stylists take a political stance? I think they should. And we saw it earlier. This was a huge discourse like a few years ago when Melania was about to be inaugurated or whatever. She was about to move into the White House, and Tom Ford and Christian Siriano were like, we're not going to dress her because we don't stand for that. And then we had Tommy Hilfiger being like, well, I'd be honored to dress her because she's the first lady. I do think people in their position have a lot of power, and they should be taking a political stance, and it shouldn't be something that goes against them. But at the end of the day, we've realized with this election that a lot of people tend to vote for things that will be their ultimate demise.
So now a part of me feels like, when you get to a certain stature, are you disconnected from the community? And I think Law is disconnected from the community. He's insulated. It does not affect him. The things that we are upset about, he is not.
And I think that's tone deaf. You literally turn your back on the community that you're part of and has essentially kind of built you up. Just what? Because you got some coin now?
But again, that is Republican talking points. You need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And if I can do it, you can do it too. That has been Republican talking points for years. That is the whole argument against DEI. It's because that is giving Black people and people of color an unfair advantage. So therefore, the mediocre white man, he's getting left behind.
But even with DEI, from our personal experiences, we know that we always have to work twice as hard and make ourselves a lot more noticeable for us to get the same recognition and achievement that our white counterfolks get, like, just for existing.
First of all, the biggest benefactor of DEI was white women. So It's not even people who look like us, it's white women. But
Mm-hmm.
again, that brings me to my point. That is a Republican talking point. When you are at a certain stature, like Law is, it's easy for you to turn a blind eye and say, well, I'm just styling her. Versus you taking into account that you styling her is showing is saying a message. It's pretty much portraying a message and saying, hey, yeah, her husband may be corrupt. Yeah, her husband may stand for racism and bigotry and discrimination. She's married to him, so by default, she stands for that as well, because if she didn't, she would get a divorce. Shout out to
Exactly that.
Mackenzie. Right? So we see what the other wife did. The other wife said, see you later, bye. I'm going to take all of your money and I'm going to give this shit to charity because I don't want nothing to do with you. So she could be like Mackenzie. Lauren is not. Lauren loves this. So therefore, she's going to stand with Jeff because she's complicit into his nonsense. So Law, by default, is complicit. And what I found really interesting, and I thought this was, and I have to give credit to Ethan, who's Chantel's husband, because he has been very vocal about like calling the bullshit out. And shout out to Ethan. Like, I think this is what you do when you have a platform and you stand for something, then you need to be able to say, here. My favorite quote, and shout outs because it's Black History Month, my favorite quote ever, and I say this all the time, is by Zora Neale Hurston. And she says, if you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you liked it. And I have always said that if you don't say anything out loud, if you don't stand for anything, then you don't stand for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Very
think
much.
that is what's happening with Law. Law right now is not, he's not standing for anything. He's not taking a stand. To me, he's actively working against our community. And I think it's really detrimental because not only is he gay, but he's also Black.
Mm-hmm.
You have
And,
two things going against you in today's society that is looked down upon. And I think there should be some more like discourse around it.
yeah, it's sad to see, or not sad, it's frustrating to see all these people who are part of our community actively going against our community.
It's not surprising though. I
It's
think a lot of
not,
people
it's just
go against,
frustrating.
yeah, I think a lot of people go against their own self-interest. And we saw that in this past election,
Yeah.
that people voted against their own self-interest because they believed that he was going to change something.
But I don't know why you would believe a fucking liar who's proven to be a fucking liar. Like, that's just stupid. And if anybody like fucking agreed with that, you're stupid. And I'm not sorry for that. And if you feel some type of way, well, then that's on you, baby, because you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, but a lot of people, and you know, I'm gonna bring this up because I think it makes sense. So Andrew Schultz
Fuck that
pretty much
fucker.
gave yes, right. Andrew Schultz gave Trump a platform and put him on his podcast, Flagrant. Flagrant is one of the leading right wing podcasts that we have currently right now in this political landscape. Podcasting has become political. I think that what the right has done really well is that they have taken over the masses, and it reminds me of the Hunger Games. Plutarch says something to Alma Coin,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, flogging. We're just going to flog and just keep on doing and just like propos. And oh no, did he say this to Alma or did he say this to President Snow? I think he said this to President Snow when President Snow asks him what is he going to do about the Mockingjay. And
Well,
he
no,
says, we're just going to put her everywhere and we're just going to like flog it. He's like, yeah, he did. He said this to her. He said this
no,
to Snow.
no, I think to Snow what he said was, we're just gonna let her be her own demise.
Yes, and it's going to be flogged. Like he's going to flog it, and it's going to be like everywhere. She's going to whatever she
Okay.
does, we're going to put it in the face, and we're going to put it so the people get disgusted, and they start hating her. And that is what the right wing media is doing currently. They have taken over They've taken over Facebook, so Meta. They have taken over Instagram. They have taken over TikTok. They have taken over X. Everywhere you go, it
YouTube.
is conservative. YouTube. It is conservative propaganda. And it's done on purpose. It's intentional. This is by design. Shout out to my podcast, Black by Design. Had to drop it. Boom, boom. But it is very intentional. And the reason why is because when you flog people with all of this information, whether or not it's real or not, that is all they're going to get. And so if you have a slew of right winged, focused podcasts that are everywhere, And you have a handful of left-wing podcasts that only want to throw information out at you, but don't want to meet you where you're at. But then you see the right-wing podcast is humanizing. Andrew Schultz sat up there and put Trump on his couch and said that he was going to be
Probably had
great
to
for
change the couch
America.
after.
Probably because he sharts.
He doesn't start. He
Sat
full on
there.
shits himself.
He does, diaper. But sat there on his couch and laughed with this man, humanized with this man, when this man said that he was going to facilitate the largest deportation ever in history. That is not something that you can go and now say, oh, my bad. Well, now I'm having second thoughts. I didn't think that he was going to do this. What you mean you didn't think he was going to do this?
The man told you what the fuck he was going to do.
So that tells me that you, deep down, a part of you thought, it's one of two things. First thing is, a part of you thought that he was not serious. But you went along with the grift anyway because you wanted a little extra money in your pod, and you wanted the subscribers and you wanted the popularity. That's one part. Second part is that you really thought this man wasn't going to do what he said he was going to do. You had faith in this man. And now all of a sudden, you see that he's getting rid of grandmas and he's putting 5-year-old kids in detention centers. Now is a problem. Oh, because he killing your people. He's no longer killing the black and brown folks. He now shooting white people. So now it's like, oh, they coming for me. I thought he was going to get rid of the criminals, but now he's coming for grandmas who've been in the country 20, 40 years.
Getting rid of kids who were born here?
Who all they know is America? Oh, now all of a sudden it's my bad. And it's Andrew Schultz. There's a lot of other people. I'm seeing a lot of other celebrities coming out and talking about, I'm no longer MAGA. I'm so sorry, you guys. I was dumb. And now I have a change of heart. Bullshit.
Now you have to live with the consequences. We all have to live with the consequences of what the fuck you did. And it's not fair to us. And I know there's a lot of discourse about oh, well, we can't go against them if now they're changing their mind, because now it shows people that even if they change their mind or blah, 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 or whatever the fuck it is. No, they should absolutely feel guilty about what they did. And we should absolutely demonize them. Fuck that. I'm done feeling sorry for anyone.
Honestly, I think where I see it's both sides, right? I think people need to realize that no one has an issue with you either being Democrat or Republican. Nobody cares that you either vote Democrat or you vote Republican. What people care about is the fact that the new age Republican is anti-democratic. That's the issue. Right? It's like you are no longer a staunch Republican. When I think of Republicans, I think of Mitt Romney, I think of Omarosa, and they're fiscally, they're against the government regulation. I think of Colin Powell, right? I think of old school Republicans, George Bush, right, who can still sit down and kiki with Michelle Obama at a funeral and everybody likes them two together. That's what I think of a Republican is. This new age Republicans, like the J.D. Vances of the world, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Nancy Mace, they don't deal with reality because they don't believe that America was going in the right direction. They honestly want to bring us back to the 1950s where white people had rights and everybody else who wasn't white, didn't have anything. And that's what people have a problem with. No one has a problem with the fact that you want to get rid of people who have come here illegally and committed a crime. We all can say that it's not okay and you should not be doing that. No one has a problem with the fact that you want to secure our border and there should be a process to come and you should go through the process and you become a citizen. What we have is you are telling people who've been in this country and that's all they know that they gotta go. They have not committed a crime. They pay their taxes. They are law-abiding citizens. They have done nothing to nobody. They are just going out there to work. These people are delivery drivers. These people are working the hospitals. These folks work in hotels. They have kids who are doing the right thing. You are ripping them from God knows what to putting them back in places. And guess what? You're not even taking them back to their own country. They going somewhere that they don't have no connection to. And you think that's okay?
If they're being sent back to their own country, it's a country they don't know.
No, have no idea. Have never seen it.
They are tearing probably away don't families. Even speak the language.
How could they? They've been here since they were babies. Yeah. All they know is this. And so we have told them that the American dream, you come here, you do well for yourself, and this is a land of opportunities. And we have said, now, that's not true.
Yeah, now
We need
because
to
all of a
remove you.
sudden white people started to feel like that minority, they're like, oh no, they gotta go.
Like, we know that there was a problem with the border. We know. Year after year, there's always, historically, there's been problems at the border. Nobody is challenging that. But what we are saying is that we need legislation to really enhance our immigration laws. We have
That
really shitty immigration laws,
very
period.
shitty.
Hands down. It's really shitty. It is a
Like I
hard process, shitty.
Yeah, extremely hard. Like I know there's this huge argument about like, well, if you do it the right way, it's not easy to do it the right way. It's not easy to do it the
Thank
legal
you.
way. It's very difficult. It is not easy. Like people wait like 30 plus years to get some type of response.
Correct, and that is the argument. And it's like, guess what? Then you go and they prolong it. They give you an extension. That's another couple of years. Then you do it and they're like, oh no, we'll give you another extension. And it's another couple of years. And by the time it's been 10, 15 years that you've been waiting to try to get this the right way.
And then
It's not like you're trying to get over.
and when a politician tries to create legislature that's going to expedite the process or create, a new process that will help immigrants, all of a sudden, no, 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 no. It's a problem.
Because no one wants to fix the problem. Politicians want to run on a platform that they will fix a problem. No one wants to fix immigration, because if you fix immigration, then you become the good person. Therefore, there's no platform that you can run. So guess what? Democrats are going to be like, I'm going to fix immigration. We have an immigration problem. I'm going to fix it because they want to win. 4 years, Republicans say, lies. I'm not letting you get this win. You're not getting this. Because guess what? The next 4 years, they want to win. So they're going to say, they're going to be the opposition party and nothing is going to happen. And then we still going to have an immigration problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? Democrats, the Republican wins. The Democrats, the opposition. Not nan thing going to happen. And the Democrat nominee for the next 4 years going to be like, we're going to fix immigration. Every president has said they're going to fix immigration, and not one president has been able to fix our immigration laws, because both sides don't want to come together and give common sense legislation that is going to help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We are one of the wealthiest nations in the world, and yet we have the most horrible healthcare system. How the math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. It don't make no sense.
Not just healthcare, girl, education, everything.
Like, it don't make no sense, because the grift is real. It's the man who died in Minnesota, Alex Pretty. He had a gun that was registered. Now all of a sudden, you can't bring a gun to a protest. But
But that's
Kyle
the same way
Rittenhouse crossed state lines and had a gun and brought the gun with him.
and killed someone.
So, and killed someone at a protest. But it was okay for him because his ideology fit yours.
And because
So
he was a cisgendered straight white man. But now all of a sudden, all you see on social media is, oh, Alex Pretty was a deviant and he was a sexual predator. Why? Because he put on a dress that one time? Because he likes to color his hair? No, girl.
the line is always moving. I don't. That's what I said. The Republicans of today don't live in logic, and so
They don't.
therefore the grift is real. It makes more sense for the Andrew Schultz of the world to come out and say, "Oh my God, my bad." It makes more sense for Law Roach to not take a stance and say it's okay for me to stall Lauren Bezos. It's okay for Lauren to be like, "Well, that's just my husband. I really can't control him."
You should have married him. The fuck? Girl, there's other rich men out there.
Right? It's unfortunate that we live in a society, which brings us to our next topic, MAGA Minaj. It is very unfortunate to see her play into this grift. I was not expecting Nicki Minaj to fall victim to the grift. I do.
I'm not
That's true.
I'm not
I'm not
super
surprised.
that like it's like okay, I get it. Girl going downhill.
Okay. So she outed Trevor Noah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a problem with that for multiple ways, right? My first thing is everybody's like, but why is it not okay for Nicki to have a change of heart and for Nicki to have a different of opinion? Why does she have to be a Democrat, or why she got to think like the liberals? Why is it not okay for her to be conservative? I think people are missing the point. The point is Nicki Minaj built a platform on the gays.
Very much so. She was built up by trans people.
Her whole existence of being a Barb and being a Barbie, right? is the gays. If it wasn't for the gays, regardless of how talented Nicki is, she wouldn't be as successful as she is. So you have built your stardom on the backs of the gays. And then you decide, because you're not getting a Grammy, because Kamala didn't invite you on her campaign tour, and she invited Cardi and Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. The fact that you have beef with everyone and everybody's like, you have a really bad attitude. The fact that people call you out on your bullshit, all of a sudden now it's okay for you to say Don Lemon is a cocksucker. Cocksucker, stop. It's okay for you to say that Chrissy Teigen has a penis or had a penis. So it's okay for you to be transphobic and homophobic because you had a change of heart and now you want to think differently. And then we're not supposed to call you out. But you built your whole platform on the gays.
Literally.
So now you actively going against the gays. I'm confused.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It very much goes to what you said about Law, about her turning her back once she is no longer sees herself as part of the community.
Yeah, but it's not even a good grift. The
It's
grift is not even helping her.
Oh.
The grift is supposed to help you. No shade, y'all. If you want to grift right.
Yes.
At least grift correctly. You put that you had the little gold card and they're supposed to grant you citizenship or permanent residence. And guess what? The man said it was just a souvenir. How he come out? How he gives it to you as a gift, and then the next day he come out and talk about lies. Like, it's just a souvenir. It don't mean nothing. Are you fucking shitting me? So what's the point? What are you getting out of the grift? Because the grift is not helping you.
Literally,
all it's doing
she's
is
losing
making
everything.
you literally.
But you know what's crazy is there's still those fans that are like, oh well, I can separate the artist from the message. Bullshit. You're saying that because
they're ones.
They say that because they're in a position of privilege.
But
so
also, the people who say they can
affecting them, then that's when they're gonna be like, "Oh no, she was wrong this whole time." That's bullshit.
100%. But they're the same people who said they can separate the artist from the message, but the same people who was giving Billie Eilish the same discourse because she said that this land is stolen.
And now they're all like, "Well, if you really mean that, give your land back."
Freaking Ron DeSantis, who his family he's immigrants. DeSantis said, is her California mansion, it's the land that she has her house on, is that stolen? Is she gonna give it back to the people? Are you kidding me? You think that's what she's talking about? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Around.
Like, it's the same folks who are mad that Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl. Everybody likes football. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yes. Everybody likes football. But there's a problem that Bad Bunny is playing at the Super Bowl. It's an issue. So apparently there was this poll that went out to football players, and about 44% of them was upset that Bad Bunny was playing at the Super Bowl and they should have gotten a different artist.
That's stupid. Because let's be fucking real. Most of the people who are watching the halftime show are not the Super Bowl viewers. It's people who are like, oh my God, it's a halftime show. Let me tune in just for that 15 minutes and then I'm going to change the channel.
Well, that's because people don't think that he is a citizen of the United States.
Which is stupid. He's fucking Puerto Rican. Like, I'm sorry. And these are the people who are allowed to vote. It's crazy to me.
Yes. That's the whole big argument. Everybody keeps saying that it's because, like, why is he allowed? He's not even he's not even a citizen. Everybody keeps saying American. That. Like, that is the talking point on the right side, is that why should Bad Bunny like perform at the Super Bowl? Because he's Puerto Rican.
And it's not like he's the only if he were to not be a U.S. citizen, it's not like he was the only one. When there was a British man up there, y'all didn't give a fuck. When there was two Latinas with a big ass, y'all didn't have a problem with that.
First of all, Justin Bieber is Connecticut. It's Connecticut. It's
Connecticut. Canadian.
Justin Bieber is Connecticut, y'all. But no, Justin Bieber is Canadian. And they don't got a problem with him.
They don't have a problem
because Bad Bunny is not white.
And because he's political.
And he makes no apologies for not being white. That's the problem. Like, I think people need to realize that not everybody wants proximity to whiteness. I'll speak for myself. I like being Black. It is one of them. I enjoy it so much. I would hate, no shade, I swear to God, if I get reincarnated and they put me in the hands of somebody who look like Sarah Palin, Lord, take me now. Take me now.
See,
Lord, take me now.
I grew up very much hating my heritage and kind of being Mexican. Big part of it was all the bullying and the relentless attacks that I got growing up. You know, it was
No
constantly
shade
all
though.
this.
I don't mean to cut you off, but like no shade though. We have a bad habit of always giving Mexican shit. I don't know what it is. It's just for some reason people just give Mexican shit. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all are neighbors, but we accept the ones from Honduras. We like, oh yeah, Honduras. Mexicans, get the fuck out of here. I don't know why we do that. And by
That
we, I
they're
mean people, not me. I'm okay.
I know. And it's like, you know, they're part of the cartel, you know, they're housekeepers, messy housekeepers, whatever. It's always something. So growing up, all the rhetoric that I heard was that. So I hated it. And it wasn't until I was an adult and I got older, I'm like, no, that's their problem. That's not mine. I love being Mexican. And I'm gonna embrace my culture and I'm gonna embrace my heritage. And like you said, if I woke up one day and I'm fucking white, I'm be like, fuck this. Where's the
I
flavor? Where's the
know,
sazon?
right? Where is it? Like,
Where's the chile?
if my only excitement is Taco Tuesday, I will be real upset at
See,
life.
another thing. They love to demonize us, but then it's Taco Tuesday. They love 2-for-1 tacos and the fake ass margaritas.
They surely do. I don't know. I don't have an
They
affinity
love.
to be close to whiteness. Like that's not my thing.
I used to. Now that I've grown up, now I'm sorry, but and this is probably problematic or whatever. But as I get older and the more I experience life, the more I'm like, ew, I don't even want to associate myself any type of way. Like I see a white person, I'm like,
I just
and I'm
you
sorry, and
know
it's probably biased, and it's probably because of all the experiences that I've had throughout my life. That now I literally look at a white person even do some type of like small little snarky comment. I'm like, oh god, that's a fucking carrot. Like get them away.
it's just I don't have the mental fortitude to deal with the caucasity. I really
No,
don't. Honestly, I can't. And I don't want to. I don't make no apologies for it. I have a whole fucking podcast that's blackity black and black called Black by Design. Make sure you go follow that. But like I just don't like I don't care. It bothers me that they feel so oppressed. For some reason they have allowed Trump to gaslight them to think that they are oppressed. They
mm-hmm.
are not oppressed.
No, the whole system was built to benefit them and put down people like us, even though for some reason they believe we benefit the most from it.
Yeah, obviously we had Billie Eilish talk about the stolen land comment, and people said, "Oh, that's performative because she's really out of touch." Then we have Jelly Roll, who said, "I don't know about politics. I'm just a dumb redneck." But mind you, he was photographed with Chrissy Nome and also multiple people in the Trump administration's cabinet. And he said, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." Jesus is a code word for I voted for MAGA. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
MAGA. I voted for Trump. And so his cop out was like, "I'm a dumb redneck." No, own it. You voted for the man. You see the destruction he's doing. Own
Yes.
it. Stand
Don't
on it.
hide. Don't hide. We all know it. Don't
Stand
hide.
on it.
Don't try to save face now. But you know what my favorite moment of that was though? Is he's over there all about Jesus, 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 which I was ready to like turn off this movie like gag. And then Gaga comes on in her full satanic outfit talking about like pay the toll to the devil or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, yes, girl. Cleanse my palate. Sing about the
Yeah.
devil. Sing about dark
Yes.
magic. Make these
What's the guy's name? What's the guy name with the G? What's his name? How you pronounce that? Gefusselstein or something?
Gesaffelstein.
Yes. He was this close. He was teetering on blackface, just a tad. Like if it was this close to black. It was really close. As a
But
fashion moment, I'm gonna give it to him, but he was this close for blackface.
he's been
Just
doing
FYI.
that from the start of his career though.
Yeah, I mean, people's like, oh, but Daft Punk. Yeah, Daft Punk had a helmet, but this was a whole like if he didn't have like the hair, I said it was really close. I don't think it was the right moment for him to come in with all black. I don't think it was the right moment, but it was a fashion moment. He ate that. I have to give it to him.
I
But
mean
he
he
was
did eat that.
really, really close to blackface, and I think people like need to like wake that up and understand that it was a tad close to blackface. But he would have done it unintentionally. It wasn't like he was trying to do it like bad, but was it a good look? It really was. I gotta give it
Well,
credit.
it
He ate
was
it.
cut. It was cut. Especially once he lined up with Gaga and the other and Andrew
It
Watts
was
and
good.
Blood Pop, it was cut.
It was so good.
Not Blood
It
Pop
was so
Circuit,
good.
my bad. But speaking of the Grammys, there was also Bad
Shabuzi?
Bunny's speech. We'll speak about Shabuzi after. But Bad Bunny's speech where he said, "We cannot fight hate with hate, and the only way we're gonna win is with love." Do you agree?
No, I'm not Michelle Obama.
No, I completely agree. I'm 100% with you on that. No, we need to punch back harder. We need to. go lower, then they will. We need to play dirtier.
When they go low, I go to the ground. I'm a petty bitch from the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Mm-hmm.
petty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
If you go low, I'm going low with you.
We're doing the hula at this point.
Is it the limbo?
Rewind. We're doing the limbo at this point.
Bitch, I'm doing the hula. You was really, you was serious. He was like, I'm doing the hula. Like, it was so serious. Like, you got real eyebrows dented and everything. You was like, I'm doing the hula. What? The the hula. Jhoany go like this. He got move them hips. He like, I'm doing the hula. Like,
I'm gonna go full. Who was that? Timon in the Lion King distracting the hyenas.
that was good. He was like,
Uh,
I'm doing the hula. Bitch, he said if you go low, he's just winding them hips. That's what he gonna do.
I'm gonna go
So,
on search on these bitches.
like,
Bitch.
he like, yeah. He like, I'm gonna go hula. And I was like, in my head, I was like, limbo.
As soon as they said it, I'm like, wait, I don't think it's hula. But I don't remember the word.
Limbo. It's the limbo. It's a little sick, and you gotta go like, yes.
Limbo, limbo.
There's a song to it. Is it?
Limbo,
I don't know what the
limbo,
song
limbo.
is.
That's all I know.
No, there's
It ain't
a
just
song.
limbo.
There's a whole. No, there's a song to it. Isn't it? How low can you go? Can you take it down low?
Yes.
Oh, is that? No, that's a cha cha.
I don't fucking know.
It's the cha cha slide. Cha cha, real smooth.
I haven't done the
Turn
cha-cha
it
slide
out.
in years.
Turn it left. Take it back now, y'all. Full hops this time. I don't know that
Left foot,
part.
let's go. Right foot, let's go.
Crisscross. Crisscross.
Everybody clap. Not us singing the fucking cha-cha slide.
No, okay. So also Shabuzi. So Shabuzi said that this country was built by immigrants, and that has got a lot of discourse because
Oh, sorry. I
one is
actually
Black
hadn't
History.
seen what Shabuzi
Yes,
had
one
said,
is
so I don't.
it's Black History Month,
Mhm.
and so a lot of people felt like it negated the like Black history. And I got what Shabuzi meant because immigrants are being targeted, but we can't forget slavery. Slavery made America what it is. And so for us to negate that fact, I think that's why people were more upset, especially during Black History Month. But to Shabuzi's point, I think he was trying to say that because he's both Black and he's an immigrant, that he wanted to like pay homage to like both of them. He took it back and it still was tone deaf.
I don't think it was necessarily tone deaf entirely.
The
And
statement, not his speech.
Uh-huh.
Not the speech. The speech was like granted that's how he felt in that moment. I'm not taking away. He won his first Grammy. Like, go ahead. The statement where he said it was tone deaf. And that's when people were like, Shabuzi, you just might as well just like own what you said
Okay.
and didn't have to
Okay.
release something.
Okay. Okay.
Like, this is not really helping your case.
Mhm.
But I see what you mean, but this is not really helping your case. You should have just never said nothing. Yeah, because Bernice King, she came for you, child. She dragged you. It's the daughter of Martin Luther King Jr. She dragged your ass. I'm sorry, you can't come back from that. It's Black History Month. She got all the rights. Like, she got all the clout. She got all the clout. You can't do nothing. I don't care. As many Grammys as you win. She the daughter of Martin Luther King Jr. Like, she got all the clout. February,
It's all
you
about
can't
her.
come back from that. It's over for that. It's over for you. It's over for y'all. But you wrote, like, you posed a question, and I think we can pose this to the friend group out there too. You said, is the Grammys too political this year?
I don't think so. I think
Me neither. I don't think so.
I don't think it was political enough. I think music has always been political and should always be political. So why shouldn't the event meant to honor music be just as political? Like,
Yeah,
when all these musicians are being put together, they should absolutely be making statements, whether it's something we agree with or something we don't.
You know, I always get upset when people go, well, why does we always have to talk about politics? But I just think that when you look like you and our whole existence is political. And I think it's just something we always need to be aware of. Like, to be a person of color in America is political. And I just think that is something that if you're not from that experience, you won't understand why everything has to be about politics or why everything has to be about race. I don't like to always talk about race, but somehow race is always a factor in my decisions. And
Absolutely.
that's not by choice. It's
Not by
literally, it's just
design.
like I have no, it's not heard. Shout out to Black by Design. Thanks for the plug. I really, but it is intentional because it's always a factor.
Mhm.
And we're not even the ones that make it a factor, but it's always a factor. And someone's always thinking that we got our position because of affirmative action, not based on your hard work and your work ethic. It's always something.
I actually have a story. It just
Ooh,
kind
I
of,
love stories.
yeah. So this was when I was working at a very popular, now canceled coffee chain. And the
Well,
particularly,
that was discreet. Yeah.
it was Starbucks, girl. But there was, I was the manager and I was the store manager. Like I'm the head of the store. But there was this one day, the store that I was at that moment, most of the baristas were white.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't my hiring. It was just, what I kind of inherited and what I walked into. But there was a moment where something had happened, and this white old lady asked for the manager. And I'm the only person of color in that store at the moment that this happened, surrounded by white people. And you could tell in their face that they looked around, they're like, "You? I'm speaking to you." And I was like, yes. And I had like a full beat and everything, like very gay, very Mexican, very unapologetic about it. In her face, you could tell like she was uncomfortable with the fact that I was the one she had to speak to and that I was the one she had to deal with. Like she couldn't believe that me, surrounded by all these white people, I was the one that was in charge. And that is something that, like, a lot of people of color experience every day in their daily lives.
It's very interesting because we have the whole, oh, don't call me a Karen and all this stuff like that. So right, I think we need to really wake up where that came from. It didn't come out of nowhere. Like, it came from white women inserting themselves in business they had no business getting into.
They
And
love to do that.
it's
You
always a
can't tell a
problem with
white
them.
person that is none of their business. Or a white
I
woman.
just think we literally, we play the oppression Olympics. Like, everybody wants to be oppressed. And you can't. You can't be oppressed. It was this video when this guy was like, but what about white men? Like, cisgendered straight white men. Like, what about us? And I was like,
Oh, there's
are you gonna tell the black man during Black History Month? What about the white man? Oh, we're not doing that. Not in 2026, and not Black History Month. Maybe March 1st. Maybe.
And I mean, we see that time and time again. Like when Pride comes around, they're like, well, what about like straight Pride? Like, girl, you don't need it. Because at the end of the day, Black History Month, Pride Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, those were all created for a reason. And it wasn't to try to make white people a minority. And they need to like get that out of their heads that they are the minority because they're not oppressed. The system was built to benefit them and to uplift them. They're not the ones who are suffering because of it. As much as they want to see it that way, no.
But going back to Nicki Minaj, or MAGA Minaj, why do you think she decided to out Trevor Noah?
I mean,
wait, but is he though, or is he not? Did she really out him, or like, are we just saying that? She's out?
I mean, he hadn't come out before then, and he hasn't come out since then.
But is he gay though? I don't think he is.
I mean, it hasn't been confirmed nor denied.
What's this? I don't know if you saw that little clip that was like running around like
video,
X.
Yeah.
When the guy goes to him, it's like, "Are you Trevor Noah?" He's with a guy, but we don't know if that could be his friend.
I mean, that could be anyone. That could be his best friend. That could be his assistant. That could be anyone.
Correct. But it just so happened it was convenient to come out, and you could tell that it was old because they had like t-shirts and shorts, so it wasn't like there's like recently.
And it was in like Soho. That girl, you go out Soho right now, it's fucking snowing.
Correct. So that's what I was like, y'all are real trying right now.
Yeah.
But according to, if you look at it, so what the administration is doing now is they're using Nicki Minaj to try to garner some, like, I would say some popularity or whatever with the Barbz to have them change over from being Democrat to Republican.
I mean, I feel like the only ones who would do that are people who are already leaning that way anyway.
First of all, the Barbz can't vote. Half of them are like 12.
They're all fucking criminals.
Well, no, they're like 12.
That just kind of came out. Her husband can't fucking vote. She can't fucking vote.
We don't talk about the husband. Shout out to Lisa Rinna.
We didn't talk about the husband.
We don't talk about the husband. Shout out to Lisa Rinna. We don't talk about the husband. Don't talk about the husband. I mean, in this case, we could talk about the husband because it is public record. But like,
He can't even drop his own fucking kid off at school.
Or her brother. Poor
Or her
thing. She's
brother.
just surrounded by people.
And maybe that's why she
Just
thinks it's okay.
probably. Remember, she's the one that said that her cousin had swollen balls because he took a COVID shot. So, like, I listen. It is what it is.
Is that all it
She
takes to
did.
get big balls? Let's go get a COVID
The
shot.
COVID, the vaccine. She said he took a vaccine
Is
and
that all
his balls got swollen.
these people had to do to get big balls? Just go get a COVID shot? Why was this not public news
according-
before everybody would have gotten the COVID shot?
But not everybody wants big balls, though, Jhoany.
Insecure men would have gotten the COVID shot.
Not big balls. Nobody wants big balls. What are you gonna do with the balls? You
No,
want the stick,
I've
not
seen-
the balls.
I one day ended up on the wrong side of Twitter, and there's people. It's they need help. I'm sorry, I'm not a kink shamer, but like the extent that it got to, I'm like, that's harmful, and you need to go get yourself checked out. Like, and I'm talking about like that's not healthy.
Oh, they do the silicone. I've seen
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
I've
that's
seen
not
those.
healthy.
They do the silicone. So is
Yeah.
that like a red flag or is that like a green flag though? Like, would you
Green
date
flag
somebody
for
with
what?
big balls?
Absolutely, not when it's like that. Oh fucking no! You got mental issues. You got more mental issues than I do, bitch. Why the fuck we gonna kill each other?
But
I
it's
got my
just
own shit to
balls.
worry about. Huh?
It's just balls. It's just balls.
All right, I'm not playing like fucking hide and go seek with the penis because I got to get through the balls to find the tip.
I didn't seek with the penis, so that means they're uncut.
No, because the balls are fucking hiding it.
I was really my brain went to cut and uncut.
And listen, like I don't need to be bouncing on it one day for them bitches to rupture. No, I'm not gonna have that on me.
Rupture.
That's
Why
not
would
what I
they
said.
rupture?
Bouncing on
For
it?
the silicone. For the
Yeah.
silicone. You think so? But I don't know, it's weird. But you know people get like they get Botox on their penis.
Isn't that for medical reasons?
No. That's like
Then what the fuck
cosmetics.
I mean, I'm all for having a pretty dick, but damn,
Yeah, but does it make it pretty though?
I don't know. It's Botox. Botox makes it pretty. I don't know what the fuck it does down there. What the hell does it do
Oh,
down
well, you
there?
know, a lot of people they do like injections to make it like bigger.
I know, but like again, that's silicone. That's not Botox. Botox doesn't make things bigger. Botox
It makes it stiff.
Botox
Takes the wrinkles out.
because it stops the muscles from working.
It's botulism.
Yeah, it
No.
prevents the muscles from like doing the
Wait,
damn thing.
wait.
That's why there's no wrinkles.
Is it botulism?
I think it is a form of botulism
It's
or something.
It's a form of botulism, right?
I think so. And that's why people like inject it into their pits because it stops the sweat glands from working.
Yes.
But see
I
that
don't know why
makes
every-
sense. Why are they putting it into little
Every
peepees
time I think of botulism, I always think of like, don't get a can that's open
or dented?
or dented.
And that's why I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I don't jar things at home, because as much as I want to, as much as I see my little old white ladies on TikTok be like, "Oh, it's summer. I'm a jar some peaches or jar some tomatoes." Bitch, I know about botulism. I ain't even touching that.
What you mean? You mean take it out the can and put it in a jar?
No,
And
like
close the
fresh.
lid?
No, like during peach season, they jar their own peaches like that.
What you mean jar?
Or like seal them in a jar, like heat up the jar.
Oh, a whole peach?
Well, like whatever the product is, whether it's tomato sauce or like sliced peaches or whatever. There's a whole process of it of like you heat up the can, you put whatever food you want into the jar, and then you have to like seal the jar with hot water or whatever, so it creates that little, like, how when you open a jar you have that little like that's
Yeah.
like you create the seal.
Mm-hmm.
People do it at home and then they store that for like years or for months or whatever to last them the whole year. I'm not touching that, girl. I don't want botulism. So much
'cause you don't
wrong
wanna
with
die.
that process. Yeah, and I
Oh,
would
I mean, I
not.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame
It looks
yeah.
interesting. I
Botulism-
wish I could try it, but I ain't fucking with
Yeah,
that.
botulism is real. I have first of all, before we go, this one last thing I want to leave you with is no, seriously, no.
No,
is-
I just
was
sorry.
having
I just laughed because we went from MAGA Minaj to fucking botulism.
to penis for the botulism. First of all, I was having so much fun with this conversation, but so apparently on like I think August 12th, 2026. Don't quote me because it could be the
Probably
12th
been
or
dead by then.
it could be the 12th or the 16th.
Mhm.
But the Earth is going to lose gravity for 7 seconds, according to NASA.
What's that mean? Am I gonna go floating there? Wait, I know what that means. That means I'm gonna technically be 10 pounds lighter.
First of all,
Technically,
people are going
scientifically speaking.
You're gonna fall.
So does that mean I need to be in bed when that happens?
You will
That worries.
fall. Everything is gonna fall.
Wouldn't
7
everything-
seconds. You know how long? We fall down.
But gravity's pulling us down already, so why would we fall down? Wouldn't we go up?
We're going to drop. We're not going to go up. We're going to drop. Earth is going to lose gravity. We're going to drop.
Yeah, but the way gravity works,
So
is
we will go up
into the Earth.
We will go. Yes, we will go up, and then we will go down. We're gonna fucking up.
No, so
7 seconds. Oh no, you mean like we're just gonna drop down?
Yeah,
no, I'm just trying to say confused.
that what goes up must come down. Yes, that makes sense. Yes,
all of us are gonna be rising up, and then we go down. 7 seconds. You know how long 7 seconds is?
I want to be skiving when that happens.
Bitch, you know how the people on the plane? That's gonna be fucking crazy.
Will it affect them as much though?
Yes, they're gonna go up, and it's gonna drop down a little bit.
Okay,
7 seconds. That's crazy.
So I want to be skydiving when that happens, because then you know you're gonna be going down, and for those 7 seconds you can get a rewind and go whoop, and then you get to do it over again.
People gonna die. People gonna die. You know?
Should I strap myself into something? I feel like I should strap myself into. No, but then maybe my bed isn't bolted to the ground, so it's gonna go up too.
It's gonna go up
that
too.
Pushes me down to the ceiling.
And you're gonna be like American Horror Story Hotel.
No, that was That was the drill. That was the drill, though. No, thank you.
Our next episode, I do want to talk about this. I want to talk about why. Like, I want to talk about how they get pools on roofs. I really want to know how the pool, like how the water gets up there and where the water comes from.
A fucking hose.
Yeah, I don't really believe that. But let's save that to the next episode because I really want to deep dive in to talk about it. Because I don't believe where the hose is coming from. Where's the hose coming from? How they...
You know there's really long hoses, right? They can make the hose as long as they fucking want. And they I feel... They probably have
take the pool,
a spout up there that's really close to the pool, and it's probably like a 10-foot hose. Or they probably have a built-in like hose into the pool that they and like built-in drain that they can just like.
But don't so the dates.
Girl, you overthinking this.
No, so they take the pool and the crane, right? And then they sit it on the roof. Do they bring the water too?
Girl, we have running water. Like they don't need to lift the water up when there's plumbing.
But where did plumbing come from? Because the pool is not coming. The water's not coming from plumbing.
You're talking about rooftop pools, right?
Yes.
They could have a spout on the rooftop that they connect the hose to fill the bitch up.
But what about chlorine? Like it has chlorine in it?
They definitely figured that away, girl. You're overthinking this.
I'm telling you, I really want to talk about it because I feel like
we're already talking about it.
Yeah, but no, I want to talk about the next episode because I really want to deep dive into it because I think that there has to be a way for them to do this.
Are you putting your aluminum hat on?
I am. Aluminum. How do British say aluminum? They say
aluminium.
Aluminium. That's weird. That's stupid.
They invented the language. But we invented
the language. We invented the language. According to Monet Exchange, we came first.
What?
She said that. She said we came first. Americans, our language came first, and then we went over to the British, and then the British was like, "Oh, they took it."
It's called English because it's the English people, like England.
But according to her, it's called American English.
Because we speak a different dialect than they do.
Listen, Asia was trying to help her.
Listen, just the way I speak fucking margarita mezcal chorizo Spanish, but I get confused with fucking Don Coco. I speak very much that, but I get confused with island Spanish, like Taborico Spanish. They be have girl, what'd you say?
Well, Puerto Ricans can't talk Spanish. We've established that.
No, they do. No, but like the ones who actually speak Spanish, and then they just go off on like 100 words per minute, and I just stay staring at them like, the fuck did you just say to me?
And Dominicans cut off the end of the words.
Mm-hmm. Or change the letters.
Oh, they change the whole letters. Yeah. They just cut off the end of the word. Yeah. Oh, they make up words.
I don't speak Platano Spanish. I speak Nopal Spanish.
First of all, Platano is very derogatory.
It's always Nopal.
Yes. But can we not say Platanos? That's very derogatory.
Fine.
It's rude.
No, we
don't want them calling you like Beaner.
I call myself a Beaner, but yes.
You can call yourself a Beaner. That's fine.
Yeah.
We don't be like, oh, frijoles. Like, nobody wants to be called frijoles. Like, oh, look, frijoles.
Oh my God, that might be a good drag name.
Frijoles?
Yeah.
You know what would be a really good drag name?
Cara de nopal.
You know what would be a really
Cara
good
de
drag name?
nopal. What?
Anya Command.
I feel like I'm sure there's like 20 of them out there.
Racism. I stand
Racism.
by it.
Yeah. From the
Racism.
house. Yes.
Racism from the house of discrimination. I'm telling you, that right there, racism.
D.
Don't nobody gonna know what it is.
D, like DEE. Colonizer.
I know.
You
I know how to spell. I know how to spell D. Yes, I know how to spell D. At least I'm not gonna hula.
Bitch, bye. All right.
Anyways, so friends, here's what we know. When money meets morals, when fame meets activism, when art meets politics, things get really messy. And honestly, that's exactly where we need to be paying attention. But here's the real question. And we want this to sit with you. Where do you draw the line? When is it a yes ma'am moment to speak up? And when is it a no ma'am because someone's doing too much or being performative? When should we hold our favorites accountable? And when are we just asking them to be perfect in an imperfect world? But before we go, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment, send us a DM, or tag us in your stories. Tell us what was your yes ma'am or no ma'am moment from this episode. We're building a community here and your voice matters. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Ma'am. Until next time, bye.